today I am going to debunk everything that I said in my last video. So let's just get started. First of all, I am going to have this disclaimer. I am not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to say being vegan is easy just because I don't want to scare off people who wants to go vegan. You know what I'm saying? And another disclaimer is that I am not a 100% vegan. I haven't been since 2019. I am partially vegan. Some vegans might say it is not being vegan. You call me whatever you want, like vegan, plant-based, vegetarian, whatever, I don't care. I know that I have a great impact, and that's enough for me. With that out of the way, let's get started with my points, with me debunking my previous video, trying to tell you that being vegan is not that hard. Why am I not vegan? Well, that's none of your business. But why I am not a 100% vegan in another video, not this one. This is supposed to be helpful to other people, not be about me. So yeah. Finance. As I said, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, so I still stick by my point there. It is hard financially, but if you have low income, it doesn't matter what diet, what lifestyle you have, everything is difficult. So this financial thing, it can be helpful to everybody, not only people who want to go vegan. My first tip is to budget. It's simple. If you don't know how to budget, there are tons of videos on YouTube. You can learn about budgeting through videos on YouTube. There are many. Second tip is to meal prep. Meal prepping saves you a lot of money and time. As a person who don't want to spend too much time in kitchen, I like to meal prep. I prepare a meal big enough for 2 people, me and my husband. My husband isn't vegan, so he sometimes cook his breakfast in the morning for himself, but the dinner I make for both of us. I make a huge soup, for example, and that lasts for us for like 4 days, and then I make another soup for the next 4 days or 3 days. And another point to my second tip is to shop at different stores. There are 3 big stores around us, and I tend to shop at all of them because one has really good quality grain products and the other has really good quality and low price fruits and vegetables. So I alternate between them. Just go look around and find some, take notes and just get familiar with the stores around you. It may take time, but it will save you a lot of money at the end, so it's worth it. Temptations. For a non-vegan who wants to go vegan, temptations are really hard. I understand where they come from. So for temptations, I have 3 tips for you. First is to cook mock meats at home. That's actually time consuming and it will take a lot of trial and error. You will spend one Sunday to create that meal, and after you have the gist of it, it will be like a second nature to you. So it's really not that hard if you have the time. My second tip for temptations is to wait it out. It's like addiction. It is hard at first, but after some time it'll go away. I know vegans are going to bash me for this, but I think, in my personal opinion, you can have cheat meal once in a while. For example, if you go vegan, you can have non-vegan food once a week. It's not the end of the world. You are doing your part as much as possible, and if you want to have some meat or cheese or ice cream once per week, it's not the end of the world for me. That's why vegans don't call me vegan. I don't really care about that. I think being vegan for 6 days a week is perfect enough. My third tip for temptations is to remind yourself of why you're vegan. That will contradict with my previous point, but I still stand by my second tip in the beginning. It's totally okay. But as time goes by, if you see that temptations don't go away, you have to remind yourself why you went vegan, why you want to go vegan. Whether it's animals or environment, it doesn't matter. You have to remind yourself. Of course, sticking to a new lifestyle requires a lot of willpower, and you have to have a strong why in order to keep going at that lifestyle. You know what I mean? If you see the temptations don't go away over time, you have to remind yourself why you're vegan, why you went vegan. So that should do the trick. Variety. I think this variety thing isn't a problem for people who live in a vegan friendly places. Still, variety could be problematic to many. For that, I have some more tips. My first tip is cooking at home, like my other tip in the 2 minutes ago. It's like, yeah, you can cook them at home. And my second tip is to shop online. That's actually not an option for me. People who live in places near the vegan friendly cities can do that, so there you go. My last tip is to, if there's nothing else to do, there's nothing else to do. You have to embrace the fact that you live in a place where vegan friendly food are not easily accessible. Living in these places is the reason why I've come to terms with the fact that it's okay to cheat. I think it's okay to have some ice cream every now and then. By every now and then, I mean once a month or once a year, like something like that. Of course, it would be perfect if you didn't have any, but it's not the end of the world if you have some. My number one point in that video was people. First of all, fuck them all who are being disrespectful to you. Fuck them all. Each and every one. I don't know if I should be proud or ashamed of saying that, but if somebody is being rude to me, I don't have any problem being rude to them. And if I see somebody is being disrespectful for me, I cut them out in a blink of an eye. I don't care about their feelings. If they are being disrespectful to me, I will very well be rude to them. I don't know if that's a good personality trait or not. Next, if you can't cut them out of your life, you can reduce the communication with them. I think it's possible. Back when I used to live with my parents, at first they were being really disrespectful to my choices. They were not accepting my new lifestyle. Of course, I'm not gonna cut my parents out of my life. Even though I lived with them at the time, I reduced my communication with them. I wasn't talking to them for a long time. After I think 3 months or something, they came around and started to be normal to me. That's how I dealt with my parents. My last tip for this people part is to remove yourself from the situation. If you can't reduce the communication, you can always remove yourself from the situation whenever that topic opens up. And this is applicable for anything. This is applicable for everything, like in your friend group, in your family. If they start to talk about anything that bothers you, and if they keep doing that, you have to remove yourself from that room until they get the point. You will do that once, twice, 50 times. After a while, they will understand why you remove yourself from the room, and either they will start to accept your choices or they will not bring up the conversation anymore. Maybe they talk about you behind your back, but let them talk. Anyways, so these are my tips for you. I hope these will be helpful in your journey on going vegan. These are the things I use for myself in my day-to-day life. I know I said I am not 100% vegan. I'm like 98% vegan. I will explain why I am not 100% in another video. I hope I'm not coming off as a hypocrite in this video, because as I said in the beginning, I think it's not the end of the world if you consume some non-vegan food once in a while. So I hope this video was helpful to you. I have some vegan content coming up. Until next time, bye!